Da 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 da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes. In the meantime, let's do that again because I have my coffee cup here and I was not focused. Da 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 da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's having an absolutely amazing day. If you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside, and it's not fair that I go to work. Grateful that I have this job that I go to 4 days a week, and I'm able to ground and root in it, because if I didn't, I'd be floating off like a bouquet of helium balloons. And I think sometimes that is the truth, or close to it in any case. This week we've been working on this word integrity. And yeah, all day today I have been in deep lessons. Specifically, I hold on to things. I hold on to things that make my life easy. I hold on to things that make myself comfortable. I hold on to things that I think might be taken away from me. And I hold on to things that I love. And sometimes with each one of these things, right, we weren't meant to cling on to them for the length of time that we have, right? But because we're enjoying that time together, and because of that rubbing of shoulders, that, good aspects of ourselves and bad aspects of ourselves and neutral aspects of ourselves, I want to say neutrality, those things that we do agree in. And that's, when I come to the table and I says it takes all kinds to make the world. I do believe in creating the best human being that we possibly can. It is going to be a mishmash, right? And we might consider it in this moment a mishmash, but when it's complete, right? When it has reached its realization, I bet you will come to realize that it was pretty darn simple. And because of a few wrong decisions and movement in those decisions, right? And staying in that direction, even though we know, right, what we're doing is wrong, or where we're going is wrong, or where we are at in the moment is just, it's just wrong, right? But because we're comfortable, right? Because we're comfortable, because it serves us, right? Because it makes us happy, and because we love it, right? That we stay in it, right? We stay in it. And sometimes we lose ourselves in that. And sometimes, people pick up on that, right? And there's always that alpha in the group who's ready to take charge, ready to take over if somebody's not willing or able to come to the plate. I was that person, right? When it was my turn to take my place as head of the family, right? My sister was all gung ho. I said, have at her, Tracy. You want to be boss? You're boss, right? And sometimes it's out of that necessity. Sometimes it's, right, I want my sister to be happy, and I want myself to be happy, because I do not want to dictate anybody's life. I don't want to dictate anybody's movement. I don't want to course correct, right? I don't want. But if I looked at it another way, maybe it was my place to stay, right? Maybe it was my place to take the realm when it was my turn and do that course correcting, because I knew that course correcting needed to be done. And that because of some of these feelings, right? Some of these loyalties, some of these fears, some of these things that we love, they have such a hold on us that makes it so it just doesn't seem like a big enough need to leave in the moment. And, sometimes we have to be woken up to how things truly are. So when we come into this word this week, integrity, right? I'm going to have to put it in the context of having the integrity to hold on to what we believe in or to let go of what we don't believe in, right? What we don't believe loves us, what we don't believe cares for us, what we believe is not helping us in moving forward, right? That we do not believe that has the best interest in that creation of the best human being ever, just through the evidence of what's been brought to the table. So sometimes, in that integrity, somebody has to make a stand, and it usually comes from that person who's right, either going to be tough and right, nothing's going to get by me, this isn't going to bother me, I don't have a heart, give me that knife, I'll chop that head off, no problem. Sometimes it's in that reveling of seeing something else suffer, right? Seeing ourselves suffer, seeing what's different and what doesn't agree with, right? Our way of being, our way of movement, right? Because if you're not like me, how can you be with me? And if you're not with me, well, then get away from me. Right? And this is what we're trying to move away from, right? Lots of us are as spectators because we know it's not our fight, but we're sitting in there and we are watching and we are taking sides and we are judging and we are talking to each other, right? But in that idea of majority rules, which is an amazing rule, because I do believe that, the minority will hold the majority accountable, always has, right? Right? What's wrong is always surfaced, and what is always right is always put on a stage, a platform, right? A billboard. In that integrity, right? Sometimes we have to step out of ourselves, step out of our comfort zones, be that person to, right? Hit that podium, step up to the plate, get in between two parties, right? Be the mediator in a disagreement, but not be the sacrifice, right? Not be the reason for that split in the middle. But sometimes we don't have any choice. It's happened. It is what it is. And we are where we are. So what are we going to do about it? Right? Okay, you guys, we're moving forward. And in creating the best human being we possibly can, we're moving forward with others, right? Before we're even able to properly understand and get along with ourselves. It is what it is, right? We work with what we have in the moment. And if anybody can step up to the plate in that moment of misunderstanding that needs a little bit of a course correction, it be welcomed right now. I can say that much. In whatever platform, whatever network, whatever disagreements that you are standing in the middle of, right? Is it possible that you can be that mediator, that peacekeeper, that leader to say enough is enough? Or that leader that says, follow me, follow me. And I do that. I do that. And I am clueless as to what I'm following, but I know what I'm following is absolutely perfect for me. I have to say for me because I don't understand what it is, and I don't understand if it's for everybody, but I understand it's impacting my movement in crazy, deep, and significant ways that I don't understand in the moment. But every day I get to understand a little bit more. And my integrity and in the lessons that I'm having, right? In this moment, in this week, in this month, I understand that I am no good to anybody, right? Unless I can take care of myself. And I take care of the inside and I take care of the outside, right? And I am a caregiver because I show up here every day, right? Sometimes my own detriment. I'm going off to work, ready to float away. 5 more minutes, people, right? But let's just tie this up. But I would hope that showing up here every day, that everybody or somebody is picking up something that resonates a little bit with integrity, right? Because if it doesn't, then, right, I need a course correction, right? I need a course correction. And course corrections are always happening, always happening. That's true. But there are some course corrections that are undeniable, that are right. You just can't argue them. They're, right? A fact is a fact. And I suspect, right, if I'm not getting that course correction, that evidence, if I just keep moving, if I just don't give up, if I, right, just muster up what I don't quite understand, right? And I don't always feel like moving in that direction. And because I might be leaving things that I care about behind, right? Things that I understand behind, things that I'm comfortable with behind, right? And that which is making its own movement behind. That I have to understand it's for a reason, right? And it's not because I don't love, I don't care, I don't want, or I don't need, right? It's just because I have to, right? I have to. That's my integrity. That was my promise to myself. So we keep moving, right? Every once in a while, I'll take a look back, right? Every once in a while, I'll take a vacation and slow down for a little bit. Seems catching up. But I'm always moving forward. I'm always moving forward, and I look forward to meeting, right? And interacting with those that kind of think along the same lines as me. It takes all kinds to make the world, and life is what happens to us while we're making other plans, right? Because we're moving forward in that creation of the best human being we possibly can. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Right? But does it seem so hard? Does it seem so difficult? Does it seem so impossible? Does it sound like fun? Does it sound like a plan? Right now, that's what I'm going with. Okay, you guys, that's my good cheer. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.